So, what we're looking at here is what's called an alternator. An alternator's purpose is to turn some of the physical motion of the vehicle's combustion engine, be that combustion engine petrol, diesel, or even LPG gas, into a stream of usable, that is, nominal, 12-volt electricity. I'll explain what the term nominal means in a little bit. Alternator devices tend to look pretty similar, but by far and large are attached to a pulley belt system that is usually linked to the vehicle's engine. You might see wires running off them, or the wires might be concealed, but more often than not, at least one or two of those wires will ultimately run to the starter battery. The wires sometimes coloured red and black. I'll explain the wiring in a little bit more detail in a bit, but we're not really all that concerned with the alternator. However, it's just good to know what it is and what it does. The term nominal in automotive electronics means the average voltage a device was designed for in most applied scenarios. In this case, that voltage is 12 volts, give or take half a volt. This is a starter battery, or, to be more precise, a lead-acid automotive starter battery. This is a 12-volt model, which is by far and large the most common voltage utilized by automotive starter batteries. As most automotive vehicles run utilizing a 12-volt nominal system with 12-volt components. There are exceptions to this rule, like larger vehicles using 24-volt systems. However, for this educational video, I'm just going to stick with the more common 12-volt setup. There are several different types of starter battery out there. They might share the same form factor. That is, they look very similar in shape and size and layout. However, the internal design of these batteries can be somewhat different, although they might still be considered lead-acid type starter batteries. Now, there are also other similar-looking batteries that are completely different in chemistry internally. I'll cover some of the more common different chemistries shortly. For now, we are going to concentrate on the standard, more common lead-acid automotive battery type. There are generally three types of lead-acid battery. That is, batteries using the lead-acid internal chemistry. The three types of lead-acid battery being the standard wet lead-acid battery type, the gel or jelly lead-acid type, and the AGM or absorbent glass mat lead-acid type. These batteries have been designed to get around varying issues associated with the carrying of liquid acid in a vehicle. But they all have something of a common chemistry, an acid, usually a dilute sulfuric acid, and lead-type metal plates. The reason for the difference between the three different types of lead-acid battery is quite simple. Two of the battery types, being somewhat more expensive to manufacture, are designed to stop liquid acid from splushing around inside the battery's casing. If you were on a scrambler, dirt bike, or in a dune buggy or a rally car or overlander vehicle, or any vehicle that is subjected to regular jarring and jerky movements, that might in turn cause the liquid acid inside a regular lead-acid battery to be splashing around inside the battery's casing, and possibly out of the small air vent hole that regular lead-acid batteries require, so that the internal contents can expand and contract due to temperature changes without fracturing the battery's external case. This vent hole in a liquid-type acid battery might also let acid being splashed around internally in the battery to leak out of the battery casing. Not good. The solution, certainly for vehicles prone to more erratic movement, has been to convert the liquid acid into a jelly-like acid substance, hence the gel battery, or to restrict the liquid acid's internal movement inside the battery case, by saturating internal fibre with the acid, somewhat similar to the fibre used in a padded winter jacket, if you could imagine it saturated wet, only in a lead-acid absorbent glass battery. The fibre is made of fine strands of glass. There is one other battery type, the lithium battery. Lithium batteries are not in the lead-acid battery category. They are completely different battery chemistry. However, some lithium batteries are designed with the same form factor and physical attributes as an automotive lead-acid battery, in order to work as a drop-in replacement for an automotive lead-acid battery. Lithium batteries I will cover in more detail shortly.